Hello and welcome to your very favorite, very own auto show at Rosebowl, Green segment. You can either sell budget cars in massive volumes or a much expensive car to lesser number of people, but not both. Now, defying this concept is Korea's leading car manufacturer, who is one among the top 10 automobile manufacturer of the world. Now, Hyundai can sell a rupees 3 lakh Eon with much ease, and under the same roof they can sell a rupees 30 lakh Santa Fe just like that. But today we are actually discussing not about a Santa Fe or an Eon, it's about the spiritual successor of the Hyundai Xcent, which was discontinued. Now this car is the Hyundai Xcent. Hyundai Xcent is actually a Gran i10 with a boot, and it plays a key role in the ever in demand sub 4 meter sedan segment. Now, as the name suggests, the Xcent, does it have the X factor to bring in the customers? Let's check it out. Hyundai is known to make drop-dead gorgeous cars, but that's not the case with Xcent. Now, as mentioned before, Xcent is a Gran i10 with a boot, so that's what you can expect. The chrome and everything are used in the right proportion. The car is definitely a good-looking car, but you are not gonna skip a beat for sure. The Xcent is nothing more than a 3-box Gran i10, which makes it look ungainly from certain angles. While the hatchback is a smart looker, the sedan does not seem as appealing, possibly due to a very plain rear profile. Hyundai is known for making drop-dead gorgeous cars of late, but in the case of Xcent, the segment demands value and design is not a factor which will make or break a customer's decision. The boot integration isn't the best we have seen, but it's still better looking than those cars which are still nursing a chopped butt. Proportions aren't as flowing as you would expect from a vehicle which competes against very established rivals, and it's more noticeable since Hyundai has set very high standards in the design department. The front is identical to the Gran i10, and there is nothing to make out that you are viewing the Gran i10 or Xcent, but come to the side and the increased length is immediately apparent, although everything is the same till the C-pillar. The side profile also flaunts the waistline molding which runs along the side. From both the side and rear profile, the styling doesn't catch your fancy, and the company should have made changes to the front of the car to make it look like a more balanced sub 4 meter offering. The taller height is what robs the Xcent from being a smooth flowing design. View it head on at the rear, and some will like the simple tail lights. The rear profile seems too simple, and maybe a few more character lines would have helped it course. Chrome is used just in the right doors on the boot, and reflectors are provided on the bumper. The Xcent gets 15-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels on top variants against 14 inches offered on the Gran i10 and the lower variants of Xcent. One of the best interiors that you can see in the hatchback segment is that of the Gran i10, and Xcent borrows the same interiors, which means Xcent has got an amazing dash. Now, from every nook and corner, details are just emitting. The company has paid a lot of attention in making the dashboard, making the interiors of the car. Features are galore, and Xcent is one of the most feature-rich car in this segment. It has got steering-mounted audio system, audio control, and then Bluetooth connectivity, 1 GB storage for the music system, and the list just goes on. And there is one thing that I want to show you. It's the height adjustable seat, which is very rare in this segment. Actually, you'll definitely feel like you're sitting in a car that's above this segment. While the inside of the Xcent is almost identical to the Gran i10, there are a few changes done to the sedan for meeting the expectation of saloon car buyers. The Xcent gets a climate control AC, reverse guide camera. The Gran i10 only gets sensors, closed lid in front of the gear lever and a gear seat armrest with twin cup holders. The wheelbase is identical to the Gran i10 and there is a rear AC vent too. Space at the rear is plenty and the rear bench has been reclined a bit for added comfort. There is good amount of headroom for under 6 feet passengers and the doors open wide and the window area being generous for a good rear seat experience. The Hyundai Xcent is the narrowest car in its segment and thus seating 5 abreast isn't the easiest thing to do. While other cars in the class are in 5-seaters, the Xcent 2 is best used as a 4-seater for longer journeys. The center headrest isn't adjustable while the other two at the rear are. But what goes in the Xcent's favor is a nearly flat floor at the rear which helps to accommodate the middle passenger. The seats are quite comfortable but the rear bench lacks adequate under-thigh support for tall passengers. The instrument cluster is well laid out but does not show average fuel economy and distance to empty. The AC deserves a special mention. In the burning sun, the AC managed to keep the car cool effortlessly with due help from the rear AC vent which enables faster and uniform cooling. There is no dearth of storage spaces inside the vehicle with abundant cubby holes for odds and ends. Even the glove box is cooled. The boot is the largest in the segment, 407 litres, and that was expected since the Gran i10 also has among the biggest boot in its class. Hyundai Xcent is available in two different engine variants. One is the 1.2 litre dual VT Coupe engine, which is a petrol engine, and the 1.1 litre second generation U2 CRDI diesel engine. Final verdict about Hyundai Xcent, and let me tell you this: Hyundai Xcent manages to please you at several areas. Now the design is a mixed bag, which means some will like it and some may not, but we feel that it'll grow on you with time. Now if you talk about the interiors, it's amazing. It has got a plethora of features which you usually don't get in this segment of the car, and the drive and the engine performance is reasonable. It won't raise a heartbeat or anything, but still it's good and manageable. And now this car comes from Hyundai, which has got an amazing track record of giving you the best cars. So if you plan to buy a car in this segment, that's a sub 4 meter sedan, you should definitely give this car a try. After breaking up their ties with Honda, in July 2013, Hero MotoCorp joined hands with America's street and racing bike manufacturing company, the EBR, Eric Buell Racing. Now, together they have announced 15 new products that will be coming into the Indian market, new exciting products, and one among them is a new Hero Pleasure. It's an automatic scooter and creating a lot of buzz among the customers with its new design and technology. The Hero Pleasure aims to be placed itself in the premium scooter segment. Now this scooter has got a tagline which says, it's a very provocative tagline which says that why should boys have all the fun? So it's clearly aimed for women, and truly speaking, this scooter is a seductress. The new Hero Pleasure has a lot of new features which includes multi-reflector halogen bulb headlamp, a lockable glove box, nicely positioned handlebar, stylish rearview mirrors, passenger footrest, comfortable seating, a mobile phone charging socket, newer stylish graphics to attract women customers, a side stand indicator, a spacious luggage compartment with boot light, combination ignition lock, 10-inch wheels with tubeless tires, and a stylish multi-reflector tail light with clear lens indicators. The Hero Pleasure's body features a revamped and overhauled instrument console located immediately behind the bike's mass. The oval-shaped panel looks trendy with clear displays and a pleasing layout. Indicators are stacked vertically with clear dials and bright yellow needles for the speedometer and fuel gauge. Powering the Hero Pleasure is a 102cc 4-stroke air-cooled single-cylinder engine that produces a maximum power of 7 bhp at 7000 rpm and a maximum torque of 7.85 Nm at 5000 rpm. Now this is an excellent match for this scooter of such a lightweight. Comfort while driving. Aimed squarely at savvy female drivers, the Hero Pleasure features a broader seat for greater comfort while driving, both for the pillion and the driver. The upright seating position is comfortable for any duration of ride, and the seats are large and wide with generous leg room. There are also foot pegs and a rear grab rail for the benefit of the passenger rider. One novel feature of the Hero Pleasure designed to improve its safety and reliability is its puncture-resistant tough-up tire tubes. This provides a ceramic layer that cushions the air component in the tube, helping to resist punctures from sharp objects. The Hero Pleasure's price is at a high end comparing to an average two-wheeler because of its 100cc engine. But at this price, you get a drop-dead gorgeous scooter which has very decent mileage, which gives you very decent mileage and smooth performance. So if you're planning to buy a scooter, you should definitely check this out. BMW has just launched the M6 Gran Coupe in India at Rs 1.75 crore, which is the ex-showroom price New Delhi. This is the high-performance version of the company's soupy four-door coupe, the 6 Series Gran Coupe, which is already on sale in India in diesel 640D guise. The M6 version will compete head-on with the recently launched Audi RS7. Based on the BMW M5, the M6 Gran Coupe's roofline is 2.5 inches closer to the deck than its full-size super sedan sister. It's also wider, longer and 5 kg heavier than the M5's 1945 kg. But while the M5 offers the space and practicality of a proper luxury sedan, the Gran Coupe has put form over function and is clearly more about the style. The rear seat is for 2 people only and headroom and legroom aren't all that great. The BMW M6 Gran Coupe is powered by a 4.4-litre twin-turbo V8 engine that is shared with the M5 and puts down 552 bhp and 69.3 kg of torque. The motor is mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission that sends power to the rear wheels. According to BMW, the M6 Gran Coupe can get from standstill to 100 km per hour in just 4.2 seconds and has a limited top speed of 250 km per hour. So with that, let me end this week's episode of Green Signal. Next week I'll meet you with a brand new episode. Till then, adieu.